Hello, guys. Everybody ready? So, start with James, please.
Hi, Bruno. What's the injury news, please? Anyone to come back? Any new knocks?
Hi. So for now, Trico already start with the team. He training with the team all week, so it was good news for us. And one guy will be out for the game for sure. It's Ponghi, so he stay all week out with some problems. So he gonna be involved. He's gonna be involved in the game.
And Raul Jimenez, is he fit enough to start again?
Let's see. So he training just today. He feel okay. So tomorrow I take my decision. But he go traveling with us.
And is there any update on Neto, a comeback date for him at all?
No any news. So what I know is from what the doctor said to me. So Dr. Rob, I think we will travel in the next days, or I think next week to Portugal to work with Pedro, and maybe after that we have some news to try to understand how much long he needs to recover 100%.
A comeback win like last week from 2-0 down, what does that do for the belief of your players?
I think it's one more thing to continue to believe in our work. So the belief in our work comes in the different ways. So the way we work, the way we training, the way we played with victories. And when you have that kind of victory, it's one more thing to continue to believe. So that's why the victories are important. And this kind of victory when we are 2-0 down and you win that game, the belief continues to be higher and higher. So, but that's the past, and they know, and we know. That's why the first training of the week it was very hard, and it was very competitive because they need to go again tomorrow.
And it's 4 wins in 5 Premier League games now after a tough start to the season. Do you feel like you've turned a corner with this team?
No, what I feel I need to continue to work. So, look, in the same way, I was worried, but the way the team played in the first games gave me the confidence to continue to my work. In the same way, I look back for the last games and we have victories. I'm confident, but also at the same time, I'm the first guy to be alert, and I'm the first guy to alert my players. This is no one lives from the past, so it's good. We have in this position. We have 12 points, but tomorrow we need to be 100% because tomorrow we're going to play against a strong team.
And the goals are starting to come too. Is that particularly pleasing? And do you think that's a confidence thing?
Yeah, when you look for the way you are playing and the chances we are creating, so this is good signals for the games will come. If you remember, in the first games, I said I think it will be a question of the guys scoring goals and the way we are playing, the way we creating chances, for sure the goals will come. And from the last games, it come 3 goals from some set pieces or from second balls from set pieces because that's a thing we work also very hard.
And with Trinco returning, you've got some attacking options, maybe some good headaches. What's your thinking in terms of your attacking lineup this week?
Look, that's the thing I want. That's problems you said. So Trincão, Daniel, Adama, Wang. So these guys who can play inside wings. Everyone is have his own profile. And the important thing for me is to try to understand what we need for that game, and what we need for that game, and what we need in the beginning of the game, and then we need during the game what really happened. And I'm very happy with that solutions because these guys are give us a lot, not just the guys who started, but also the guys who jump and to help us to be more competitive, like happened with Daniel in the last game, and also happened with Daniel and Wang in the game against Watford, for example.
Yeah, how impressed were you with Daniel last week? And has he made a stake to claim for a start now?
Look, that's the point. So I think the four guys are ready to start the game for us, and that's the thing I want from as a manager to look for my players, and I see they can give me a lot of things. Now is my time. This is my job. The job to prepare the right strategy, to choose the best ones to start, and also to try to understand every moment of the game and try to change. So I'm happy with all of them. That's why when last week we are talking, or the last 2 weeks we are talking why Adam are not playing, because the other three guys also they are doing very well. Not just the guys who start, like Wang and Trincão, but also the guys who come inside like Daniel.
And what do you make of Marcelo Bielsa? He's quite an individual, isn't he? He's quite a unique manager.
Okay, I met him when the beginning of the season when we had that managing meeting. I spoke with him 5 minutes. We spoke about a player. It was my player in Benfica, Elder Costa, and the way he talk about him looks like he's a real gentleman. So he's a gentleman outside of football, and in football he's a brilliant mind who think football in his own way. So when you have the chance to see his lectures, and when you have the chance now to analyze his team, the way he plays, you're going to play against a strong opponent. From my point of view, from here when I study the teams, first I want to see how they're defending. So if they run or not. And when you look for Leeds, you can see they run, they press high. They every time they don't feel comfortable without the ball, so they press high to have the ball the soon as possible. And the other thing is to look how they attack. When you look for the opponent, how they attack, if they want to have the ball or they want to have to play in 2 or 3 touches and put the ball in the box. And when you look for Leeds, you can see they can do the both things very good. So tomorrow we're going to play against a strong team. It's going to be a pleasure to play against Bielsa, because when you look for the team, you can see you can learn a lot of things. The way he moves, the way he wants his team to play, and in the way this is going to be a good challenge for us in our good moment. We're going to play against a strong opponent because they don't have the ball. They want to press, and when they have the ball, they want to find a lot of spaces. So we need to be tomorrow in the good way, top level to win against it.
And away from tomorrow's game, I saw your players did CPR training this week. Can you just tell us how that came about? And is that something you think maybe should be compulsory for all players and clubs?
I think it's not just for the players. I think it's general for all the population. So when I was in school, I learned some of techniques. It was 20 years ago. So I learned that. And I think it's not just for the players, because what happened in the last game with Tottenham can happen in our life, in our moment, in the theater, or in the streets, in cinema. So if everybody knows these little techniques, you can help someone for the first moments, for the first minutes, and after, of course, they need to come to the medical support. So it's not just about football; it's about the population in general. But it was a good start of the week for us to start with that, because and they see all the players involved to learn the techniques.
And finally, from me, staying with Newcastle, Steve Bruce has revealed the abuse he suffered as manager. Mikel Arteta has reacted, saying managers could perhaps be protected more. I wonder if you can relate to that at all. Has the abuse ever put you off? And is there more that can be done?
Oh, look, it's the mentality of these days. So and now it's very easy to someone have opinion about football. That's why football is the sport, the main sport around the world, because the people love it, and the line between the love and the hate is quite straight. So, but I think these kind of things comes with the job. So, kind of things comes with the job, and what I think is important also for Steve Bruce, he knows the nice game. It was 1,000 games as a manager. He's have his own career as a player. He's have a brilliant career as a manager, and for sure, the next 2 weeks will be boring, will be frustrated. But after, in the 2 or 3 weeks, the feeling to come back happen again, because he have his own life in football, and he's a good personality here and around the world. So for sure, the feeling to come back to football will appear now, but after in 2 or 3 weeks. But look, in the same way, that's why for me the criticize from the normal, the fans, it's normal, comes with the job. I think for me it's more the criticize will come from the guys who are in the job. They know the role. They know the role is very hard. It's that's the thing I cannot understand, because in these days we did well against Aston Villa, and tomorrow we need to be on top to beat Leeds. And even during the games, Aston Villa, they won during 80 minutes, and then in 10 minutes we changed the game. We game for us, and we won. So everything changed quickly, and so we need to enjoy the moment and go on and just listen what you have in your own mind. So I think when you look for his career, for sure, I don't know if I'm going to make 1,000 games, but I will work hard for that. So I think he will be proud for that, because he have his own career, and with teams who come from Championship to Premier League. So you don't need to listen that.
Thank you. Good luck against Leeds.
Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon, Bruno. Hwang Hee-chan had some struggles and a couple of kind of mistakes in that Villa game. So what has been your advice to him this week? I mean, have you had to rest him at all and give him a bit of a pep talk?
No, I never talk with that about the players. So they know these guys live football 24 hours per day. So they know whether they have a bad performance or not. And sometimes also you need to understand what is the best moment to talk. You see, one come, he played 10 minutes, he scored 1 goal against Watford. So it's here, now we come, and after international break, he flight, 16 hours, he come in training 1 day, he don't have time to rest, to sleep, different schedules, and he don't did a good performance, and we need to talk with him. No, we don't need to talk with him. So they know their jobs, and look, in these days, that's why also for us, the pressure from our side sometimes is that the same thing we talk about Steve Bruce. Sometimes it's what you think, what we want. We want every time to be on top. Sometimes it's not possible. The same thing happened with Raul. So he come, he travel, see what he did in the last 3 games, see what he did in the last year, fighting every day to come back to play. And then that's why sometimes the people don't understand. And but from our side, we need to take decisions, and maybe now the people understand better why I take the decision to put Raul out and to start with Wang. So because sometimes they don't know all the details to take the best decision.
100%. And I mean, talking of Rahul, do you think hopefully that will boost Hwang when he gets more minutes? I mean, because their partnership seems to be blossoming quite well.
I cannot just talk about these two, because the work of the work of the 3 strikers. So if you look for, especially for that game against Newcastle, you can see the combinations with 2, and also you can see combinations with 3 with Trincão. If you look back for Watford, you can see Daniel and Wang. They create the second goal. So the thing is more the things you can see more because that combination between the two, they can score both goals. But every time for me, the question is to see the whole and what these three guys in front can do or create problems for the opponent.
Talking of kind of creating problems, I mean, we hear from the Leeds side that Rafinha is expected to be back. And I mean, him and Dan James can be pretty quick on the flanks. So do you feel you have enough strong counter-attacking options for them not to be a problem?
Sorry, I didn't understand.
So Rafinha at Leeds is expected to return from injury, and him partner with Dan James can prove problematic out wide. So do you feel you have enough options to come up against them?
Look, I know Rafinha from Sporting, and I know also Daniel because he worked with me in Swansea, so I know what they can do. They are good players, and like I said, I think the dangers from Leeds come from several sides. So just not to the wingers. If you see the position for the right and left back, sometimes they go inside. The things we call it, they go inside and try to fight positions inside. The strikers every time to attack the back of our defenders. So they know how to do a lot of things with the ball. So we need to be on the best way to control everything. But what we want more is to have the ball and to create our own problems.
And finally, the team is sat 10th. Do you believe that they can maintain this level and they are a top 10 team this season?
Look, that's the thing in football. So from my point of view, every time I need to be aware what we are doing, because if you look back, we won the game, but several things doesn't work the way we plan. So in the same way, when we play against Man United and Newcastle, I think it was our best performance. And we against Man United, we don't lose, and everything it wasn't wrong. So that's why every time I have time to analyze what happened in the game and try to continue to work in the things to grow up as a team, to grow up as a players, and to find the best way to take the best from the players. And when you are winning, we need to be alert. That's why if you remember, I give 2 days off for the players because they deserve it. But the first training, they come with today going to be easy training or relaxed training, and no, I think it was the hardest training we have in all season. So because they need to have this mentality. So okay, we won the last game. Forget it, it's the past. Now we need to continue to work hard because the next game is the most important game for us.
100%. Thank you, Bruno. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Hello, Bruno. Just following up on that, if I may, when you were talking to the players after the comeback, after those the 2 days, and you're discussing things that happened in that match, are they good at joining in and saying, from their perspective, this worked and this didn't? Do you like hearing from them?
No. That's the point, because sometimes even during the game, sometimes happen problems and they need to know the answers. That's why every time we are working about everything, how they come, because we're playing in the system and the opponent comes with a different system. And we need to understand, sometimes they play with just one midfielder, sometimes with 2 midfielders, sometimes they start to build up with 3 guys or 2. So we need to know everything and how to press, how we want to press on the right side or the left side, which ones you're going to press, strategy. But also sometimes these kind of things happen during the game. When team now start to build up with 2, or one midfielder drop to build up with 3, or they put guys behind our midfielders, how are we going to react? So it's a lot of things to prepare. And that's why sometimes when we don't have problems, we create some own problems to prepare ourselves for the next battles. But when I have problems like happen, we look at that and to try to training and to try to adapt the best solution for that problem. In the same way, when we have the ball, we want to create problems. How they come to press, and a good example from Aston Villa. And if you I remember you was there. See how the both strikers presses. So they press the center back, and after they continue to run to press our right back. So we need to know how they come to press, to see where the space is, to create problems for their own. And a team who like to press, and if we have the ball, we put them problems because we put them to run. And if the opponent run, it's less of energy, and they cannot run 90 minutes. So that's the secret. That's the things with the ball and without the ball.
Do you like players to have that initiative to know what they can do themselves during the game, because they've got a different perspective to you? You see it from where you are. That they obviously see different things.
No, of course. Look, the thing is we need to talk to each other too, because imagine imagine if I want a striker who can do the runs like Winks did. Striker and another our center back, another center back, and continue to come. But I don't have a striker. I have one, and like Raúl, he can run for the three guys and just him, and he do a lot. But imagine I don't have it. I need to understand what they can do, because I cannot say to the guys, you need to do this, and they don't have the capacity to do it. So that's why what I want to create, but I need to understand what they want. So that's why I'm happy. I'm happy with the guys I have in front. I understand now better what they can give me with the ball and without the ball. And every time I need to choose the best ones for each game.
That's lovely. Thank you, Bruno. Good luck.
Thank you.
Hi, Bruno. Bruno, just in relation to, you mentioned there Raúl Jimenez and giving him that sort of break. I was just looking at his schedule there in terms of his international schedule as well. He probably has the busiest schedule of any player playing in the Premier League, given the situation with the CONCACAF and Mexico. Have you spoken to him that has been mentally draining on him? Has he found himself being shattered from all the travel all across the world? Do you feel that's had an effect on him, the grueling schedule with his country as well?
Look, that's the balance we need to find. So I think we both agree, me and the Mexican national coach, we don't want injured Raúl. So I think he managed well. Raúl played 90, after he played 60, and after he played 30. And my concern is about the travel. So we travel, he arrived on Friday, and when I look at him, he need to recover, he need to sleep. On Saturday, I look at him, and he said he feel okay, but he felt, and but I need to take my decisions. When I put him to warm up, I think it's 60 minutes. And every time I look for the players who in the warm up, he say, I'm okay, put me inside, I want to help the team. But look, we need to take the best decision. So for the future, I think that the best thing to do is day by day, and we are managing him. It's important for us, and also is important for Mexico. We want to take the best for him in the Premier League. And in the same way, it's going to be a proud for us and for the Wolves, and also for us in the building here, and also for the fans, to see Raúl play for Mexico in the World Cup. So we need to manage this day by day, and to the most important thing, and we are in the same page. We don't want to injure Raúl, because it's very important for us and for Mexico.
And I suppose, Bruno, there's never really a good time to face Leeds or a Marcelo Bielsa outfit. But at the moment, Leeds are going through a mini sort of injury crisis at the moment. Calvin Phillips, their English international, is out for this game. Patrick Bamford, their main striker, is out. Although Rafinha is coming back as well. But when you know yourself, when you're missing players from the spine of your team, it's going to affect you, because your game plan is based around those players. So Calvin and Patrick Bamford, they hold down key positions within that Leeds team. So it's going to be very hard for them to replace them all the same.
Look, I think when you can see the the question in two ways. First of all, is okay. They are important players, like we have Raul, but he didn't play the last game. But in the same way, it's a question of opportunity. So the players will come inside, will have opportunity to show something. And when you have that kind of chances, you give sometimes more than you usually do. So he have his own problems, but for sure, if you look for us and what happened in the last 2 weeks, we have also our own problems. Only, like I said to you, is out. Raul is out. Wang is traveling and it didn't perform as so well like they did. Trincão, it was out 10 days for COVID after his good performance against Leeds. Gerson is out. Pedro Neto, one of the best players for last season, it's out. So when you look back for the problems, I think it's similar problems. So I think that's the way. I think the proud I have in this moment, I think is the same maybe Bielsa have in his own players. We can change the team, but the standards are there. So the way to play are there. So he will choose 11 guys. I will choose my 11 guys, and for sure the guys who go inside continue to play like the team you usually play.
And finally, for me, Bruno, we know when a new manager comes in at the start of the season, each manager brings along his own principles, his own philosophies, his own transition, and it can be some way different or some way similar to the previous manager, but it's always, there's a difference all the same, and it takes time to bed in. Do you feel now at the moment, roughly 8 games into the Premier League now, that bidding has taken place at Wolves and we're seeing the net results of it, the upward climb up the Premier League table, that transition period has passed now?
Look, in this job, the things we are so worried about what happened day by day. I didn't have time to realize what we did in the last 3 months. So, but I think during 3 months it's too soon to balance, especially when we have the previous manager with a big success to come. We cannot forget, and the fans will not forget for sure. The Nuno's role in the club the last 4 years. He bring the team. I remember the team. So 18, 17 in the championship, and he goes and they put the team to play in the UEFA Cup. So we cannot forget that. So I think it's certainly to say or to do a balance. What is important for me when I come is to see or try to understand why the things come. The things that I agree and I feel it work with the team, I don't like to change. But the things I believe and the things this is important for me as a manager to see in the training or in the game, I want to change as soon as possible. So I think it was a mix to continue what was doing, but in this some things try to break and try to create different things to start a new era. But it's like not to start a new era, but it's more like to start to continue what the previous manager did with my own fingertips, of course.